Welcome back to Dimensional Dialogue. Today we're here with Seven.
Yo, what's good?
So I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and I want to let you know it's okay if you need to take a moment to think. Um, if there's a pause or some shit, that's all right. Don't worry about it. All right. So here, if you want to introduce yourself.
Uh, my name's Seven, other known as Kevin. Only certain people know that. Um, but they say Seven because it's spelled Cevyn, so it's kind of like the name Cece, you know.
Dope. Dope name. All right. Question number 1. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What emotion feels the most real to you? You can hold the mic.
I bet. Okay. Um, that's kind of a difficult one. Let me think. I would say purity. Purity. Like when you generally going through your path of life and stuff, and people just generally look like they just everything is fitting just right. That's what I find. Like I feel like that's everybody can feel that experience, you know.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Purity. All right. Do you think that is recognized by most people?
Damn. Uh, I would say not really, but I think some people do confuse it with like I don't want to say confuse it. That's a bad word to put it. Some people put it in the same sentence as religion, you know, like so they believe that their faith could be purity or certain people believe in certain things, but I definitely think that it's more than we know. But I don't think everybody. I don't think a lot of people realize like that feeling.
I think I can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. What does true freedom feel like to you? Like, what do you feel the most free doing, or when do you feel just the most free?
Um. Well, I'm definitely a left-minded person. So I would say, for me, anything artsy. So I'm a big music lover. Um, and I do paint. I do draw a little bit, but I've noticed that when you put your full mind into something, it's hard to get distracted very quickly. And I think that's when I'm at my most free. Is this when I'm like, it's just me, a pencil, and a paper, or something of that nature.
I can feel that sometimes when you're just in pure flow state and creativity. All right, all right. Now we're about to move on to question number 3. Real quick, because I usually do cuts before. I'm just making sure I'm fucking recording because that would be horrid. You know? All right. And usually the whole video will only get posted on YouTube. So how I'm gonna do it is
Okay, man. Okay, man.
people really want to see the real, and it's always up. I will post the full uncut video every time on YouTube. Like on YouTube, it's just gonna be whatever the fuck we were talking about leading up to. Yeah, soon as I hit record, soon as I hit stop. But question number 3: what is God to you? And that I mean that in an open box kind of way.
Yeah. Well, I definitely believe in Christianity. That's a lot of source of my beliefs. But honestly, my depiction of God is a little bit different than everybody else. Everybody says that Jesus is God and God is Jesus, or things in that nature. Don't hate me too much. But the I played this game called Telephone way back when I was like 5 years old or so, and it was so interesting because we played it at a church, and it was about 12 to 15 people in the circle. One person said something, and it never came back the same. And that was really interesting to me because there's a depiction of Jesus, that how he looks and stuff like that. But I never believed that's actually how he looks, because in my head I'm like, how after all these years we have the same description of him? You get me? Like, there's nobody's giving him a mustache, nobody's giving him, like I'm saying things of that nature, but also that also kind of shows you the possibility of a God. After all those years, we have the same image of somebody. You get me?
I can see how that goes both ways. I never really looked at it the other side, All right. Question number 4. Now, this is going to lead not so much from question. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, listen.
Go ahead.
The state of the world right now. Wait. It's hard. Yes.
Yes.
Even if I know I've said this before, I'm not 1,000% educated. I am not watching the news 24 fucking 7 because I don't like to absorb that negative media. That's just not what the fuck I want to do. Like I told the story before, literally my grandma would literally I would be living there and she would just come out and be like, she watches the news every day and she's like, hope you're ready to go to war. World War III. Yep, you're getting drafted. I'm like, bro, and I don't know what's going on. She's like, yep, the bombs are coming.
Yeah.
Get ready, the nukes.
It's kind of ironic that you say that, because my grandma was the same way. She was always like, oh my god, somebody got shot 17 times today, and I was just like, why do you like it's not the fact that it's like there, but it's like, why do you sit there and just watch that? Like, show something else. Hence why I do photography. I try to capture things that not everybody sees. Give them a different perspective of how the world could be.
It's bad to absorb all that negative. It's not. Yes, it's sad, and it's like there should people who should know about it, but that's like the people, the things that those people happen to need to share too. That's not something that the whole world needs to be broadcasted about. Like, that's just like, I think that's the last thing someone going through that would even want, is like seeing that and knowing that it's on the fucking news and everyone is knowing about what the fuck you're going through, and that's kind of fucked up.
For real.
But moving back to what I was actually talking about, was just like, things be hard, and like I feel like everybody is struggling. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I would say everybody's kind of got their own stuff going on. And if you think about it, it's like you could be doing really good, but then just look at your immediate people around you. Like, everybody's kind of got something, and it's just like you just got to find your people and find your groove. Like,
Stay present, stay aware. So, anyone that is struggling and going through it in any way that you might be going through, because everyone has their own struggles and everyone be going through it in their own way, like you literally said. Is there anything you would like to say to like give your perspective, your like peace of mind? Hey, I'm here. Like, it's so like we all going through it, but we're gonna get through it together. Kind of like, is there anything you'd say?
Well, I would say, for one, find your people that you click with. Think about it like this: no matter how many times you fit that jigsaw piece, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. That's just a fact. Like, it's sometimes you got to let things go, and sometimes you just got to move on. But the best piece of advice I ever got: two things. One, what if it turns out better than you imagined? And two, just think, if you were already in that situation, who would you help?
Who would you help? All right. Well, that's all my questions. And I thank you for coming on and agreeing
Yes, sir.
to be on my. I want to call it Spacecast. Take some inspiration.
Okay. Valid. I actually got a question for you.
Oh, all right.
How easy? Okay, because I'm also somebody of a visionary dream. The photography, I got a big thing with that. So how are you going to justify your vision to other people?
Through my words and through my actions.
Okay, I'm with that.
When if I say something, I'm gonna do whatever it is I said, and that's just something I live by. That is,
proof in the pudding, man.
if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it.
That's facts.
Like, yes, we've been doing Space Cast. I literally said I was gonna. I literally said I was gonna live in a van. I live in a van now. Like, I did that shit.
Yeah, literally. That's valid, though.
Well, I think that's about it.
Yes, sir.
That's dope as fuck.